My name's Tyler, and this is Anne. Today we'll be discussing the character of Polonius and Hamlet and the theme of corruption. His advice is tragically inadequate, and he is but a pawn to the king's moral turpitude and spiritual decay. We begin by drawing your attention to the first scene in Act 1 between Polonius and Ophelia. Polonius says, "What is between you two? Give up the truth." Ophelia says, "He has made many tenders of his affection to me." Polonius says, "Affection? Who? You speak but like a green girl, unsifted in such perilous circumstance. I will teach you." So here we see Polonius corrupting Ophelia's thoughts and feeling towards Hamlet.
Yeah, he corrupts a love exchange between them by marginalizing Hamlet's actions toward her. He poisons the idea of love for her by reminding her that Hamlet is young and with a larger tether may he walk than may be given you. He's a nobleman, a prince. He can bed and toss women as it pleases him. That his professing his love happens only because when the blood burns, his prodigal, the soul, lends the tongue vows. He only woos her because he's a typical man. He'll say what he wants to hear, what she wants to hear, so that he can have sex with her. Polonius then insists she stay away from the poisonous Hamlet, when it is he who actually poisons her love and mind with hateful ideas.
She can't do anything but obey her father's commands and question all that she thought she knew about love and Hamlet's affection. Poor girl.
Poor girl indeed.
Next, we'll discuss the scene after the nunnery scene in Act 3, Scene 1. In this scene, Ophelia runs to her father, upset over Hamlet's scorn. Upset, Polonius asks her, "What, have you given him any hard words of late?" After Polonius insists, Ophelia stops all contact with Hamlet and returns his token of affection. Polonius then accuses Ophelia of saying something to upset Hamlet.
Of course she did. She broke up with Hamlet at her father's insistence. A corrupt man doesn't take the blame for his mistakes. Here Polonius has broken up two lovers and caused them both anguish. When he realizes his mistake has caused Hamlet to go mad, he apologizes to Ophelia and says, "But beshrew my jealousy." Jealousy here is actually him trying to guard Ophelia as his possession. He thought Hamlet was a playboy just trying to ruin Ophelia's reputation.
But this does more to ruin Polonius' opinion of Hamlet. Polonius finds a way to get rid of Hamlet altogether.
So Polonius in Act 2, Scene 2, runs to tell Claudius about the cause of Hamlet's madness. "I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king."
Polonius has been corrupted by his duty to the king. By saying, "My news should be the fruit to the great feast," he is relishing the idea that he could destroy Hamlet and gain favor with the king. He asks the king, "What do you think of me?"
So Polonius only cares about gaining favor, keeping up appearances to the king. So he conceived a plot with the king to spy on Hamlet using Ophelia as bait. The two are to hide behind the arras and observe Hamlet interacting with Ophelia. If Polonius is wrong about love and rejection causing Hamlet's madness, then he agrees to be cast out and work on a farm.
Polonius approaches Hamlet and asks what's upsetting him. Hamlet realizes Polonius is in the king's pocket and decides to play with him. Hamlet calls him a fishmonger and asks if he has a daughter.
When Hamlet tells him a cloud resembles a camel, Polonius readily agrees with him. When he changes his mind and says it's a weasel and then a whale, Polonius again readily agrees with him. He placates Hamlet to ensure Hamlet will go and speak with his mother. But in a prophetic twist, the plotter, Polonius, tells Hamlet that he once played Julius Caesar who was stabbed by someone he trusted. Polonius is a yes man, corrupted by his need for preserving status.
Hamlet knows that Polonius will run to the king and tell him of his meeting with Hamlet. Hamlet therefore has to manufacture this false madness to trick everyone and throw everyone off the reason why he's in turmoil, to get revenge for the death of his father.
And now for the biggest moment of corruption is the scheme between the king Claudius and Polonius. Claudius needs to be alone with Polonius so the two can hatch a plan, so he sends the tortured away. They set Ophelia up as bait to ensnare Hamlet. They expect him to reveal the cause of his madness, which they believe is related to his love for Ophelia.
They both hide and spy on the lovers. It is so underhanded and sneaky to use your daughter in such a way. He has no concern for her feelings, as Polonius has corrupted poor Ophelia. When the plot failed, Polonius insists that the madness is due to neglected love, as he turns to plotting another scheme. This time he suggests getting the queen, Hamlet's mother, to entreat him to show his grief. If he doesn't, Polonius said, just send him off to England. This is a plot to get rid of Hamlet altogether. Finally, Polonius engages in one last act of corruption. He chooses to sneak and skulk behind the curtain in the queen's chamber in order to eavesdrop on the meeting between her and Hamlet. Someone other than his mother must be witness to judge Hamlet's actions. Polonius is just the snake for the job, but he claims that it is because he's impartial. That is a lie. He is opinionated and certain that he knows the causes of Hamlet's madness.
So in one last moment of manipulation, Polonius corrupts Gertrude's mind by telling her to lay home to him, tell him his pranks have been too broad for her to bear, and that your grace has screened and stood between much heat and him. I'll silence me even here. So she must be firm and hard on Hamlet, not to show him any motherly love and let him know that she's had to take the heat for his behavior. He suggests she guilt him into revealing the truth of his madness. Polonius is killed while hiding behind the curtain. He gets what he deserved.
Polonius is a willing participant in Claudius' guilt-laden actions. Polonius is a liar, a schemer, and a poor father. Claudius has corrupted him, but it appears he didn't have to try too hard. Polonius is not a virtuous man, even if his intentions are good. Like a plague, he is a spreading disease.
Stop.